Hmm. Change. Was there change for Monday Night Raw tonight? Was there really any type of change going on? Oh man, well, what do I have to say about this? What is it? This the first Monday Night Raw of the new year, and was there really any change going on tonight, folks? Was there anything moving the needle? Was there anything different about this show? Or was it the same crap you see every other week? Now, I'm not saying everything was bad. Maybe it had its little bright spots here and there. But I still think a majority of this was just so bad. I just got bored throughout the night. You know, trust me, I watched a lot of wrestling this weekend, okay? A lot of wrestling. I went through a fantastic show with Wrestle Kingdom 13. I saw Homecoming last night, which those reviews are posted up right now if you want to go check that out. I have seen just so many news and rumors from All Elite Wrestling and TV deals and people leaving New Japan and where Kenny Omega is going to be going, or people like Kushida and others. With Omega, which we don't even know where he's going, but even after tonight, I kind of hope he doesn't come here. He's pretty much confirmed. We don't know if he'll be back in New Japan, which he's pretty much said he won't be in New Japan for a while. But if you see him being the Elite, all the mystery has to do with that phone. Who will Kenny Omega choose? Will he choose All Elite Wrestling, or will he choose the WWE? I actually hope he chooses All Elite Wrestling. Personally, I would like to see a rematch with him and Tanahashi and have him win the title back, but maybe he needs some time off. I don't know, okay? I have no clue where this is going, but I've just seen so much wrestling throughout the past 72 hours. I'm nearly burnt, okay? And I have to my New Year's Dash. It's been a lot of wrestling this weekend, okay? But as of Monday Night Raw tonight, the first Raw of the year in Orlando, Florida, at the Amway Center, we kicked it off. Well, pretty much it was Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley brawling with each other. And, you know, multiple security and wrestlers were trying to hold them all back, both of them. But as that kept going on, John Cena came out. He made his entrance. Cena was fired up tonight. Let me also say that I think Mike Rome was the ring announcer because JoJo was not here, if you noticed that, or maybe it was some other dude they got, but I believe it was Mike Rome. Cena pretty much says, you know, you can either, you know, step up or step out when it comes to WrestleMania. Pretty much you knew what John Cena was here for. He was going to be in the Royal Rumble match. Well, anybody kind of saw that coming. Anybody knew he was going to be in the Rumble. But as John Cena said, he was in the Royal Rumble. Drew McIntyre came out, and he said he's waited years for this moment. And he says, I don't care who Cena shares a bed with or a stupid haircut. And Cena took off his hat, so you don't like this? Which I feel sometimes Cena just does this whole, you know, I always feel like when people try to cut promos at him, they just kind of, he plays it all nonchalantly and does not take his opponent seriously. I've said this before for the past few years now, because it'll just come with these almost cutthroat promos burying somebody, and he just plays his opponent off like they're nothing. But, you know, he's somewhat playing around. But McIntyre, he says, you know, he only cares about, doesn't care about the whole 16 world championships, and you've main evented multiple WrestleManias, and Vince has called you the greatest of all time. And, you know, he agreed that Cena is the greatest of all time, but he pretty much said, you know, I ended the Shield, I destroyed Dolph Ziggler, I took out Kurt Angle and humiliated him, and he said he's the most dangerous man in WWE. But, you know, John Cena pretty much, you know, he said, I'm coming for you now, John. And Cena pretty much, and this is kind of true, he says, I have heard the same thing every week from everyone on the roster. This is why I had to leave. So everyone would stop shutting their mouth about me and come up with a different promo instead of come gunning for me almost every week, which is kind of true when you think about it. Because I've heard he's heard the same promo. I'm the most dangerous man. I'm the most dangerous man. I've beaten up everybody, and now I'm coming for you. And then when I think about it, like, what makes McIntyre so different from everybody else when you think about it? Because he does have a point. I had to leave, so y'all start talking about me and talk about something else. Come up with a different promo. And he says, what makes you different from anyone else? And McIntyre pretty much says, you know, I'm going to take the torch from you. And, you know, and everything. But as McIntyre was on his way down and Cena was getting ready to fight, Lio Rush came out, pretty much talking about with Lashley and Rollins, and that they're gonna cancel the show. Rollins pretty much attacked Lashley from behind. Ambrose then attacked Rollins. Pretty much a brawl insinuated. Finn Balor came out, pretty much starting off with a 6-man tag that ate up a lot of the show, like almost 20-something minutes, or probably the first 40 minutes of the show. So, and the tag match wasn't bad or anything, but yeah, Seth got the win. Pretty much curb stomping Dean Ambrose's head in to the ground. Yeah, he curb stomped his head into the ground and won the match. Pretty much then after that, I guess they had a screen in the back, and I think Finn and Cena was still celebrating. And I feel like they need to do this match first anyway, so John Cena can do what he has to do next. That's probably why he was on the beginning of Raw. And Triple H was on the screen talking with Sasha and Bayley. Maybe he's telling them how to get over on this show or something, because they've killed both of those girls on TV. And, he was NXT God to them at one point and pretty much skyrocketed their careers. But Triple H was in the back. Rollins came to him. He slapped the coffee out of his hands, and he wants his Intercontinental title match tonight, pretty much he pinned the champion. And Triple H says, you know what? You got it. Falls count anywhere. All right? So, there you go. Which I kind of figured what was going to happen later on in tonight. Okay. Now, this is the thing people have been talking about tonight. And I know it's been a very controversial when WWE even brought this up. And it was mostly a lot of negative backlash from this. And, I've said my piece on it, too, during the Wrestle Kingdom 13 review in the beginning of it. Of Hulk Hogan being there to honor Mean Gene Okerlund. Okay. I looked at it like this. I know some people are going to WWE right now for trying to, start slinging t-shirts and stuff, trying to sell and everything, even though he's only here to do one thing. Because I said it like this. Listen, if he's here just to honor his friend for over 20 years, because they were a big part of his act, he just comes out, he does his thing, honor Mean Gene. I'm fine with that. Move on. He goes back into obscurity then, okay? We can let this go for like 5 minutes, and then after that, and go back to fuck Hogan. Because honestly, like I said, I don't forgive this motherfucker. I don't think a lot of people forgive this motherfucker. And he is an idiot. And honestly, just, fuck Hulk Hogan. I'm not forgiving him for that racist shit. But, like I said, pretty much they did a 10-bell salute, which I don't know why they didn't do that at the beginning of the show and everything. But they did like I said, they did a 10-bell salute. The fans, they respected it, and they had a Mean Gene chant. Hulk Hogan came out, which really didn't get that big of a reaction, to be honest. He had a somewhat good reaction, but not a mega reaction or anything. And people chanted Hogan, and then he says, "Let me tell you something, brother." And he pretty much pulled the shades up, and he talked about what Mean Gene would have wanted, and he did his best to stay in character, as he said. And they had a very great video package of Mean Gene from, everything he did in AWA to WWF, WCW, the botches, which are hilarious to watch. Put that cigarette out. Just comedy skits, going into the Hall of Fame, even saying, which really close it, when I die, I want my face to be buried down so the critics would kiss my ass. And they probably would do that just when you think about it. But just many favorable Mean Gene moments throughout the years. Like I said, my favorite one is the Ric Flair when he says, "Mean, woo! By God, Gene, what is going on tonight?" Okay, because I'll say this. I didn't grow up in the 80s, so it's not my era, but I know Mean Gene was in the late 90s in WCW, but I've done my, research throughout the years and watched clips. But it was a very, very great and nice video package. And, Hogan laughed and he said one more time and everything. And, he said he loved Mean Gene, and, him in the ring just wasn't the same without him, because he said it was his heart, and he said he loved and he misses him. And fans saying, thank Eugene, and he pretty much asked someone in a Hogan shirt in the crowd one more time, which he says, "Let me tell you something, Mean Gene," and he just kind of talks about him and Evan, and a whole bunch of wrestlers that are not here anymore. But he says, like, I know you're up there with Roddy Piper and who do you say? I think Mr. Perfect versus Dusty Rhodes and Ultimate Warrior. Andre's there, Mae Young, Moolah, all of them. He pretty much went on booking. You're an announce table right now with Gorilla Monsoon and Bobby the Brain. He put on a great match right now. And he says, what you gonna do when Mean Gene Mania runs wild on you? And Hogan posed, and he plays music, and they pretty much closed in on the Gene's face in the camera. So it was a very classy, it was a very great tribute, and it was very nice. So yeah, that gotta admit, you can't really go against that right there. He honored his friend, and it was probably the best thing of the entire night when you think about it, okay? Now, I know people said they would have gotten Ric Flair to do it, which would have been great too. I wouldn't, like I said, I would have loved that also, and everything. But it's like a lot of fans have said that Mean Gene has helped Hogan in his career for a very long time throughout most of the interviews they done. And you can go from people from, like I said, Savage and Warrior and others, but like Hogan was one of the main ones. And hold that thought real quick. But like I said though, I had to check something. I'm trying to remember what I said though. But like I said, crap, kind of losing it right now. But like I said, the entire segment was great. Probably, like, it was probably the best thing of the entire night when you think about it. But overall, kind of like I said before it began, before I even went into the whole Hogan tribute to Mean Gene. Like I said, he was there. He honored his friend. He didn't really put himself over in typical Hogan fashion like he does to make it about himself. It was very great, and it was very classy. They had a very great video package. The fans were respectful and everything, so we can let this go. Like I said, if he was there to honor him, I'm fine with that. But after that, Hogan can go back into obscurity for all I care, to be honest, because there's a lot of people out there. Like I said, I don't forgive him for the shit he did. I don't. He can go fuck off for, like I said, for the whole racist shit. So yeah, Hogan can fuck off after that. But like I said, this is the only little time where he can get this little of a pass just to pay tribute. So it was, like I said, very great tribute. Probably one of the best things of the entire night out of this very bad show in general. So that it was like I said, very good tribute for Mean Gene, and very classy. Next, a match that I really did not care about next, Bobby Roode and Chad Gable versus The Revival in a lumberjack match for the Raw Tag titles. This match wasn't bad, but I just sat there after that whole backslide thing they kept doing, and Dawson went over the ring, and they got a roll up, and Roode knocked him, but what was it? Not Chad, but no, it was Wilder that went out the ring. Dawson got his leg under the rope. So I'm assuming this will be a third match going on. It's gonna be another rematch, probably at the pay-per-view or something, because that's all it really did. Okay, and I don't like. Did the Lumberjacks really do anything? I think because all these tag teams really suck. Like, all of them out there, they all suck. B Team, Slater and Rhino, the Ascension, the Lucha House Party. The tag team division is horrible, and I don't really want to see a third match from any of these guys, okay? It's going to be a third match, but I don't really want to see a third match. It's coming, but when I just said that's the finish, I say whatever. I barely was halfway paying attention to that match anyways. Elias was out there. He is over. We talked about last year he was on a roll, and he said he was going to be in the Royal Rumble himself. And, you know, he enjoyed the failures of Corbin. Corbin came out then saying he will be in the Royal Rumble. I didn't really want to see this match anyways, but I'm just kind of surprised Elias didn't go over, because Elias was about to get Corbin, but he's up to charge the referee. Corbin got him in. He punched him. He threw him into the the ropes of the turnbuckle. He hit the end of days, and he won clean. When you think about it, he didn't really do nothing in a heel-like manner, but other than the whole ref spot. But he beat Elias. Maybe Corbin is going somewhere. I'm gonna assume that, maybe, but I'm not really sure if that will happen in that. Ambrose kind of promo say he doesn't like 6-man tags because they're always unnatural, and he started at Madman Rollins, and it's gonna be game over for all of us, because he says he's gonna still gonna be holding the Intercontinental Championship. This thing right here. Oh, I watched this promo like 3-4 times because I thought it was so funny and bad at the same time. Oh, God. Braun Strowman comes out, and he pretty much wants Brock Lesnar out there. Heyman, and they do the split screen thing, right? Heyman pretty much, he says, we can hear you from back here. And, spend so much money hyping this whole card, but, subject is to change when it comes to play. And he pretty much said that, Lesnar can come get these hands, but there wouldn't be no opponent at the Royal Rumble then. And he says, you're welcome. And this is where it gets bad. It's so funny. Lesnar's reactions was hilarious, okay? Lesnar's reactions was really hilarious. But when I'm looking at Strowman, and he takes these long, awkward pauses like he forgot his promo talking about, Brock, I'm waiting for you. And Lesnar just keeps laughing. It's like, that's it. Hey, that's all he's got. Heyman's like, that's all he's got. And he says, you're hiding behind your advocate. You're in front of me. I'm behind you. How am I hiding behind you? Heyman goes on to say, and Brock is just sitting there like, what do I got to do? He says, you stay, you're champ. You stay your ground. He says, we go. Like, you want to go home? Like, you can go home soon. And Strowman just asking him, like, do you ever get jealous of Heyman when his ass talks too much? What comes out of his mouth? He says, I didn't say that. Like, you're hiding like a coward. And Heyman's like, I didn't say that. I didn't say any of that. And you just see Braun is so bad at this promo. And I've seen people bury him on the internet because of this promo that he is not ready for the championship. Honestly, I look at this match now, I actually hope Lesnar wins, because after seeing that promo, like, should this guy really become the world champion right now? Because this whole segment was bad. This face-to-face thing was bad. And you just see Lesnar and Heyman just laughing, and some people thought it was even a shoot and one, just kind of downplaying him out. And they really did downplay him, because Lesnar did not care. He just was laughing at this. Probably was laughing at this god-awful promo. That's how bad it was. It was a god-awful promo, and no one cared, which was just funny about it, because they just sit there wondering, like, what am I doing here again? That's it. And he says, you want to go? He said, say, nah, I don't think we need to go. Let's go see what he has to say. And all they really did was, Lesnar comes out. He pretty much took a lap around the ring. He left and he laughed. And Strowman just had a mic, says, come on, Brock, turn around, Brock. I'm going to be the Universal Champion. You're going to get these hands. He couldn't even talk. Like, dude, like, Heyman and it's like you're trying to get into a promo battle with Paul Heyman. It's not going to work. And Strowman just looked like a dude staring in the face that forgot his lines. He just stood there staring and staring, and he just looked like he could not even talk. And Lesnar and Heyman made him look like a freaking chump out there. He looked like a chump. Okay? It's just almost like, what is he? And it's like everything Strowman said, he contradicted himself, and even Heyman just kept correcting him on it. You could just hear him in the background correcting him, like, I didn't say that. I'm hiding behind you. You're in front of me. I'm behind here. And Brock's like, that's it. That this is what we're doing. Do I gotta go out there? I'm going out there. That's what I'm doing, dude. I swear. Somebody said this on Twitter. I wonder how much Brock get paid just to stand there, just to take one lap around the ring. How much did he get paid? Someone tell me. How much did he get paid? Because all he had to do was stand there and laugh. And I'm wondering, like, why am I wonder you thinking, like, why am I here again for this? This just sucks. It sucks. That whole segment was horrible. It was so funny, but it was, like, awkward and bad at the same time. Like, the hilarious part was just Lesnar's reactions. Lesnar and Heyman reaction was just funny because they made Strowman look like a goofball out there. He looked like a goofball talking that did not know what he was saying out there. So that was probably one of the worst things of the night was that promo. Okay, that promo was just god awful by Strowman. Ember Moon and Apollo Crews went against Jinder Mahal and Alicia Fox. I know Jinder was talking about tranquility or something and barking at fans. I don't know. None of these four are tranquilo, so they wouldn't know that they wouldn't know what he was talking about anyway. If I was talking about saying tranquilo. And to be honest, didn't this match happen on the Mixed Match Challenge? If I'm not mistaken, I swear we've seen this match on there. I didn't really even care about it. All I know is that Moon hit the Eclipse on Alicia Fox and she jumped in the air, and I didn't really care after that. So why are we still promoting the Mixed Match Challenge when it's already over? Why? Next thing I don't care about tonight, this Alexa Bliss talk show or whatever, a moment of bliss. Bliss can't wrestle right now due to concussion still, I believe. So let's give her a talk show for some reason. And Ronda Rousey comes out after, Bliss, argue about coffee. Rousey comes out then and, I guess gonna handshake, but Rousey blew her off. And Bliss said, you have an exceptional year around here. And Rousey pretty much was talking, but I think they chanted Becky in. And she wanted to talk about someone on the roster, an unsung hero and everything. A woman that has pulled everyone to the limit. He says, say it's not Charlotte or Becky Lynch, but, someone in the WWE, a locker room leader that they are. Bliss thought she was talking about her. It was Sasha Banks. Nia Jax does this horrible laugh, and dude, it's almost like when Nia Jax came out, like all the air sucked out of the room because of this girl. All the air sucked out of the room, like no one. It's just like everything, just like the mood change, and she's doing this laugh, and it's like Nia Jax is trying to be a comedian out here, which was not even funny. And she says, "Oh, well, what is this, huh? We had unfinished business here to do. Like, what is this? Some girl crush?" And she just like. She kept doing this all the time, Nia Jax. Like, well, what is that? I didn't understand what was going on. What was that? And says, Seth's getting a title rematch. I want my rematch now. Sasha came out, and she was honored by Rousey, to face her and everything. And she would love to face her for the title, which I hope that surely should be a good match. Probably a great match, most likely. If that, I'm sure it's going to happen at the Rumble, most likely. But, what was funny to me, Jax pretty much talked to Sasha Banks, and say, listen, I can break your face. You need to get to the back of the line. And, dude, Sasha just went and said, like, bitch, what line? You want a shot? Come face me in the ring. Right now, whoever wins gets to face Ronda Rousey for the title. But I laughed, like, that was hilarious. Thought you like, yo, bitch, what line? What line? And then, for some reason, Nia Jax is just sitting down trying to say, like, I am the bitch. I'm not a bitch, but I am the bitch. I'm like the bitch, the botch, fat bitch, stupid bitch. I don't care what you are. Okay, you still suck. All right, there you go. So I'm like, I am the bitch. I am the bitch. The botch, the bitch, the fat bitch. I don't care. Who cares? There you go. This match, though, with Sasha and Nia Jax, somehow Tamina and Bayley show up. Number one, Nia Jax pretty much pressed Banks onto one of those production crates right there, holding her for several minutes. This match felt really botchy for some reason, okay? It really did. Number one, I guess Nia was going to go for Samoan drop off the top rope, and it went down and just dropped Sasha onto the ropes, then falling outside of the ring. Bayley got tossed by Tamina, I believe, when she tried. They kept going at each other. This is the most dangerous spot I felt throughout the night, though. This felt really dangerous, okay? Nia Jax is on the apron, and Sasha goes in for a Hurricane Rana, but it's like Nia didn't go down, and I swear to God, Sasha was this close landing on her neck, it felt like. Like, she recovered and, kind of fell face first and everything, like, flipped it. But for a minute there, when you go back and look at it, even I thought she was about to land on her neck for a quick second right there. And the thing looked odd, and I don't think the announcers had anything to say about it. Sasha pretty much hopped back in the ring, rolled over, and did, like, the bank statement on Nia Jax for the win, but the finish was odd. I don't know whose fault was it, not Hurricane Rana. I made sure it was Nia Jax's fault, but I don't know if Nia was supposed to fall or she was going to throw her. At first, I thought it was going to be a power bomb, but once she flipped it, I guess it was going to be a Hurricane Rana. It looked good, but it looked dangerous at the same time, because whose fault was it really right here? Was it going to be a power bomb, or was Sasha going to, like, you know, Jax was going to fall to the floor when Sasha did the Hurricane Rana, and then they just kind of went to the finish, and there you go. So I'm guessing it's going to be a Sasha versus Rousey match at the Rumble, I'm assuming. Some people believe it's going to set up the 4 horsewomen battle, maybe, but I'm not really sure. I don't think Sasha's going to win, but I'm hoping that it's going to be a badass match at the Royal Rumble. Why Nia Jax is getting any type of opportunity around here, I have no clue, because now I just feel like this girl is a waste of space. I really just believe that now. I got to the point, like, why are you here? You had a title shot already. Why are you freaking here? Like, seriously, why the fuck are you here? So there you go. NXT TakeOver UK, Blackpool, is this Saturday. I did not know that. Well, now I now know. I'm going to watch that. I think it's like in the afternoon, if I'm mistaken, because, you know, time differences. So I'll check that out. Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins in a false count anywhere for the Intercontinental Championship, which is kind of funny. Seth won in a 6-man tag there, another title shot. But pretty much Ambrose came out. Rollins pretty much attacked from behind. They fought backstage, pretty much throwing like shovels and ladders at each other. Seth was going to powerbomb on some production crates, but Ambrose got out of there, and they both fell to the ground, and they start throwing ladders again. But they pretty much came back from the commercial, and Seth suplexed Rollins on... Seth suplexed Ambrose on the announce table, which broke through. Why was that not on TV and on a commercial? They fought through the crowd, back to the floor then. One thing I did like, which is pretty cool now, was that when Seth does that suplex, he goes into a Falcon Arrow, but he switched it up and transitioned it into a buckle bomb, and he pretty much did a super kick. He hit the curb stomp. But, of course, I kind of figured Lashley was going to come out. I didn't really think Seth was winning the title. Lashley comes out, throws Seth all over the place, and, you know, slams him on the outside of the ring, I think onto the floor, and he speared him in the ring. Ambrose crawled and pinned him. After that, Lashley and what was it? I keep forgetting his name. Lio Rush pretty much got a table. Lashley put him through it. I don't know why Lio Rush fixed the mat on the ground after it was pulled up. And then Lashley, of course, did his pose thing, and that ended the show from there. Pretty good brawl, I will say that. I did like the false count anyway match. I didn't really think Seth was winning, because you knew Lashley was going to be back. After they brawled in the beginning, you know he was going to be back later on. So I guess now it's going to be a feud with Seth and Bobby Lashley for the time being. Where does Dean Ambrose go on from here? I don't even know. I got no clue, but he's got to defend that title against someone different other than Seth, and they want to move on from that, because everyone believes it's going to be Seth and Brock at Mania allegedly. So we'll see where that goes. If they're going to keep him away from the Intercontinental Championship, but we'll see what happens. As of this show tonight, what can I tell you? All right, listen, they wanted to pack a lot into this show tonight for Raw. Did it really feel like a change, or did it feel like the same old crap on several bases? Yes, I don't think a change has really happened yet. They can say it's the new era this, the new era that. I've heard the word new era so many freaking times, it makes no sense at this point. But they wanted to get people on the show. Now, do I believe they will pop a rating because of putting people like John Cena and all them on the show? Yes. You had Cena on here. You had Lesnar on here. You had Hogan on here. So there you go. And honestly, even a lot of people said this tonight. The really good things I could say from this show was, I actually did enjoy the Falls Count Anywhere match. And one of the best other things on there was the Hulk Hogan honoring Mean Gene Okerlund. Like I said earlier in the video, yes, he's there on his friend. There you go. He comes here, like, we can just drop, I guess I said, just drop all the other stuff for 5 minutes. He honors his friend. He does his Mean Gene. Like I said, he's a big part of his act. This is his close friend for over 20-something years. Okay. But after that, Hogan goes back into obscurity. Fuck him. There you go. Not forgive him for that bullshit. So, that's my thought on that thing. I restated that early in the video. But, yeah, that was literally the best segment on there. Everything else was still pretty bad. Okay, like, the 6-man wasn't bad, but it just ate up time. That Sasha and Nia Jax match just felt botchy for some reason. I don't know. Like, I've already said what I had to say about Nia Jax. I don't really care about this Bliss talk show thing. I don't understand what the point of redoing a mixed match challenge match was for. I really didn't care about that tag match. That promo what Braun Strowman had was god-awful with Lesnar and them. That Lesnar and Heyman made him look like an idiot, and they weren't even trying. They just downplayed him. Elias versus Corbin, I feel like I've seen it too many times on there. So there you go. That's Monday Night Raw. Do you really believe anything changed? Was there a new era on the way? Was there a change in the air? Did you think it was a change or any type of way of what they put on tonight? Like, what do you think about it, huh? Tell me. Like, what do you actually think about this show? Where did this move the needle? Is it gonna do anything better? They may pop a rating, yes, like I said, but was there any type of significant change going on in this show? Because it just feels like Monday Night Raw gets worse and worse every freaking week through time. Should we give it time? Maybe. But even I saw with a lot of people, and I got to agree, I said this myself. Does Kenny Omega really need to be there right now in the state they're in? Because a lot of people are hoping he goes to All Elite Wrestling, okay? And I'm sure pretty soon, those dudes are going to get a goddamn TV deal. Watch out. And we still got All In too, Double or Nothing. I think that whole press conference thing is tomorrow. But, yeah, this is my review of Monday Night Raw. Comment, subscribe. Tell me what you thought about this show tonight. Check out my Wrestle Kingdom 13 review, and check out my Impact Wrestling Homecoming review. I am out of here. I will see you guys later. Peace out.